and welcome to our channel. Hope you're doing well today. As you can see by the title, you're going to be joining me for a session. James was on the bike filming whilst I got my session done. So it was on a Thursday and we were doing a tempo session because at the moment I am in training for the Great North Run and the London Marathon. So tempo sessions are normally for me done on a Thursday, so we call it Tempo Thursday. And if you're not sure what tempo sessions are, I think I'd just go into it a little bit just so you've got a bit of an idea. So tempo sessions are something that we call runs that are comfortably uncomfortable. It should be a pace that you can hold for a sustained period of time, which is challenging, and it's not going to be easy. However, it's also not about flogging yourself round as well. So in this session in particular, I was doing shorter bursts, so a bit more of an interval type tempo, but again it's just working at that sort of tempo, effort and level rather than sort of like flat out interval pace, which is that little bit faster. So usually my tempo runs are more sort of like 20 to 40 minutes long, and you shouldn't really be doing any work at a tempo pace above sort of around 60 minutes. The idea of the tempo run is that a sustained effort and that you should be able to run that pace for the whole time. Helps to build up your efficiency and helps you really just to run faster for longer periods of time. So really good for kind of all road distances between 5k and marathons, but I find that like when you're working for like 10k and half marathon pace, half marathon like races, that's where you really get your benefits for those races. You might also hear them being called like threshold runs. That's also another term, and this is because you're helping to build your lactate threshold. So this is a speed at which your body is producing lactic acid, but your body can also remove it at the same time. Now lactic acid, do you know when you get like that burning sensation, or you get DOMS the next day, or you really feel the fatigue in the session? That's lactic acid building. So you're probably going to feel DOMS after a really hard interval session, whereas with a tempo run we don't want to be feeling too fatigued, and we don't really want to be feeling massively DOM focused, like not DOM focused, but you basically don't want to be feeling like immense DOMs like after a gym session the day after. So it's about working efficiently, and that's what we're looking for with tempo runs, is efficiency. Also helps to build mental strength, because if you are not new around here, you'll know that I don't like tempo runs, or previously did not like tempo runs. I'm trying to sort of like get on board with them now, and I'm not trying to put anyone off them at all, because I know that they are amazing, like everything that I've just said. How brilliant of a run they are and how key they are within your training week. So yeah, that's a little bit about a tempo run if you're not sure. Hopefully that's explained it, and yeah, let's just jump straight into my session and tell you a little bit more about what I'm doing and see how we get on.
Okay, Katie, we're joining you on your session today. Start on the warm-up. What have you got today?
3 by 1.2 miles.
Also known as?
3 by 2.
Okay, target pace?
Should check that really. I think a touch faster than half marathon pace, or target half marathon.
Yeah, it was about 10k effort today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we up to now?
Just out for our warm-up. So we've got a nice loop. Just going for a bit of a jog. Small already.
Okay.
Just going to focus on effort today.
Nike pegs for the warm-up?
Yep, favourite.
Session shoe?
So naughty, I'm going to go for the favourite fly twos.
Why naughty?
Well, the ones that I've got, these are like more of a racing pair, but I feel like I need the edge today, and even if they don't give me that, just wear it. So that makes me
Okay, and we're just on the Redway loop today, yeah?
Yeah, this is about 3k.
About 3k, yeah, and up and down, so we get nice training benefits.
Yeah, so we're just going to work our way around the loop a few times. If I was like on my own, I'd probably go elsewhere. But because I've got company with James, doing things a bit nice.
Hashtag Inspo Sweat League. Okay, we'll catch up with you in your drills. Okay, Kate, so how far are you gone for your warm-up?
16 minutes, 1.8 miles.
Okay, so about time for some drills.
Drills.
Okay, nice flat bit of ground here.
Yeah.
Through what you're doing, Katie?
Just done some heel flicks, high knees, just a range of drills that we usually do at the track, just basically to get everything warmed up, ready, get the joints moving, get the knees kicking high, legs looking back, arms pumping, so that you feel nice and fluid and efficient throughout the session.
Cool. How's your mental state for this session? Ready to attack it?
I'm ready to attack it. I'm not sure if I'm going to hit the paces today, but I'm just
How can you hit the paces? It's an effort-based session.
I thought there was paces on my plan, but yeah, I'm just gonna work through it, I think, because there's 3. Just start off steady and just work my way down into the 3 reps, but who knows?
Run honest. Benefits of the Vaporfly, Katie?
Good question. I mean, I'm not very technical with shoes, but it's just like how your feet feel and how I was very sceptical before like any sort of trainings beforehand, but just they talk about this energy return, so I definitely don't feel like the fatigue in my legs, so you just feel good in them, if I'm being honest. And recently I was a bit more of an Alphafly fan, and then I wore them for my latest marathon, and they didn't get on very well with the camber of the roads that I was running on. My feet were a bit battered afterwards, so I've worn the Vaporflies. I've worn them for my 10k recently, and yeah, fell back in love with them again.
So will you be trying the Alphafly too?
Probably not, just because of the price tag. £270, £275, and
You haven't bought yourself a pair of trainers for about 18 months, so surely you can afford a pair.
paying for a week. Oh, I bought these one for myself. Myself? I bought
Oh, yeah.
these recently.
Okay, a couple of strides and then ready to go, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we're just jogging into rep 1. You ready, Katie?
Yeah.
Off we go. How was that, Katie?
Okay. 8:18 apparently, which is like 6:55 pace.
Yeah, okay.
So
How did that feel?
felt great on the downhill section down there, and then had to work a bit harder come here. So now that I've warmed up, let's see if I can hold that on.
Progress, you said earlier.
Huh?
Progress, you said earlier.
Yeah, I know, but now I'm like, oh, I'll just have to hang on.
So what was it, 8:14 for 2k?
8:18.
8:18. Okay, and what we got now?
3 minutes recovery. The rest goes so quickly. Thank you.
It's about a minute 30 gone, yeah? About a minute 30 gone? Okay, ready for number 2, Katie?
10 seconds to go.
Okay, start jogging into it.
Off we go, rep
2. How long we got left?
400 metres.
Just through the mile then. Keeping strong.
Yep, getting warm.
Rep 3.
Let's go.
A bit. I'll rabbit again.
Woo. Wow. 8:03.
Say that again.
8:03.
Not better, well done. Battery's about to die, so say your last words to the camera.
Happy. Done it. Hard work. Keep on moving on.
Okay, 10-minute warm down.
Yeah.
Loosen off.
And catch up when we're home. Session is now done, so let's recap the session a little bit. I've got some notes down here, so if I'm looking this way, this is what I'm looking at. So with any form of session or workout, as we like to call it, you make sure that you do a warm-up and a cool-down. Also, a really important thing to remember is that you can take a break in between the warm-up, the workout and the cool-down. The amount of times that I've spoken with some clients and they're like, I had to take a break after the workout before going into the cool-down. I'm like, that is okay, that is fine. You can take a break before going into your cool-down. So yep, did a good thorough warm-up, did some drills to get my body prepped and ready. and then obviously changed trainers and went into the session of 3 by 1.2 miles. So for the first one, I felt like it was just about finding my groove, and that's something for me which always happens in terms of intervals. The first one for me is just getting into the session or the workout. So yeah, I was fairly happy with how the first one went. Obviously would have liked it to be on the faster side, but I think I was also kind of trying to find where I was in the session, where I currently am within my fitness as well. The second one kind of then found my groove and really got into it, felt good, felt quite fluid in the way that I was running as well, but obviously feeling the session start to build up. And then the last one, because this was broken down, this was a good way for me to break down a tempo run into a bit more of a manageable chunk, just with where I'm at currently in my training. And then I just kind of knew it was the last one, so kind of just had that and used that within my mindset, like last rep, let's just go and do it and see the session out. Right before the end, I had a bit of a downhill, and kind of because of that downhill, I just found momentum. So on my Strava graph, everything was like kind of quite consistent, and the last bit, just the pace just shot up. But that was just like, we wouldn't normally encourage people to kind of really push right towards the end of a session. You should try to keep consistent throughout. That's kind of like what you're aiming for. Obviously for me, it was about working into the session as well, slightly. But yeah, the last bit, I just kind of used that downhill. But yeah, happy with that. I think 8:18, 8:15 and 8:03. So good progression. Kind of good to see where I'm at, because I don't think I've done a tempo run for quite a while. Have I? Avoiding, according to Coach James. But yeah, progression was there, the consistency was there, because it was kind of like all within the kind of similar realms, and a good platform to move on from here. So yeah, it's just kind of helping me build that confidence. That's like when I said earlier in the intro about building, like for half marathons, for me this is what's like a real confidence booster, to see kind of where I'm at and what is possible. Gives me a really good indication for my half marathon races and things like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was kind of like a really wasn't planned kind of thing, but James was like, I'll come out with you, I'll just get some footage, and there we are. So pardon? Sweat Elite inspired. So yeah, of an evening, James and I love to just watch lots of different YouTube videos, and James is a massive Sweat Elite fan, so James wanted to take inspiration from that and film the workout. So yeah, let us know if you enjoyed it. And yeah, just we're uploading weekly. I think this is like third video in a row now, so 3 weeks in a row. I'm doing really well at the moment. So yeah, every Thursday a new video, but we've got lots coming up, so there might be some bonus ones chucked in there as well. But hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week for the next video.